Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, everybody. We are a very funny wrestling podcast out of Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
Dusty, I don't know if you noticed, I gave you a little stare when I said funny.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. That's the biggest thing, is to subscribe to the YouTube. Like and comment. That's all cool. The bell, I guess. I always hear people talking about the bell. Follow us on TikTok. And also Dusty's on Blue Sky. We're cool on all those, right?
Yes, very cool. Good follow.
And Spotify, you assholes. So today, not a deep dive situation. We've got Dusty's got a bio going, and then we're going to have some fun with the Royal Rumble. We're going to get the hell out of here, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Well,
all right.
I'm ready to go. All right, Andrew. Wrestling is a rich text, you know? There's many characters from which to pull.
That's actually my wrestler name, is Rich Text.
Yeah. You're a cell phone influencer.
Yeah.
That's everybody hates you. It's a massive heel. Unless you go to Austin, in which case, weirdly, babyface. What's
the easiest way to burn 1,000 calories?
It's quiet.
Leave the pizza in the oven.
Oh, man.
Got him.
It's really bad. Did it get quieter?
I think we might be running out of batteries.
The other day, my wife asked me to pass her lipstick, but I accidentally passed her a glue stick. She still isn't talking to me.
That's so worth it. I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
I think my cat turned it down. I think he's sick of it.
He's sick of it?
Yeah.
He keeps stepping on it and getting jokes that he doesn't understand because he can't speak English.
Yeah. Why is this talking to me?
It's not
any better if you can understand it.
Yeah, it's not giving me treats. But a true character is a guy I want to talk about today, Andrew. Today we're talking about Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Okay, so we're lariating. Is he the guy? Did he come up with the lariat?
He did not come up with the lariat, because the lariat's just like a super strong clothesline. Essentially, it's the same thing. It's just he kind of like he puts his whole, he doesn't half-ass it. He whole asses the clothesline, and that's what makes it a lariat.
It's an entire ass. But he's the reason they call it the lariat.
He's a guy. He's definitely the most famous lariat guy.
Did you see? Now I saw a girl that I think she's an indie wrestler. She does a lariat, and she has a name for the lariat. Have you seen this girl?
I don't believe that I have. I'm concerned about the name.
She calls it the Lariat Tubman, Dusty.
Oh no. I was right to be concerned.
Now, if you were to categorize human beings,
yeah.
Okay. I don't like categorizing them. You know,
right.
I'm not a categorizer. She would likely be in the category that you would be okay calling a thing the Lariat Tubman.
Sure. I figured as much, but again, you know, I don't want to be caught on a gotcha podcast.
Yeah.
That's not our podcast, you know.
No. She does scream when she does it.
Well,
really loud scream.
I feel like it's to call it just a clothesline is insincere, because it really is like putting your whole body into this thing. It's like a clothesline with extra. It's like French fries when they put like garlic on them, you know, like it's artisan clothesline. You can't get this that's farm to table clothesline. It's not your run of the mill clothesline.
Here's the Lariat Tubman.
Oh.
That dude's face hit the thing
and
real quick.
Martin.
Oh.
Getting Taylor off of the apron, but it's a momentary distraction. Ricochet.
Do it.
There it is. And the cover.
There's a Lariat Tubman.
And you have
to cut that out.
Yeah. No,
she did scream.
Yeah, you got to do a scream.
Yeah.
All right, Stan Hansen. It's a little difficult to track him down. His early years, there's no information on his Wikipedia. There is no early years section. There's usually at least a cursory early years section.
Mm-hmm.
The man is from nowhere. I had to go to alternate sources weird wrestling websites to try to find any additional information about where Stan Hansen's from. Apparently, born in New Mexico, ends up in Texas. That's essentially all you need to know about his early life. He was a football player in college at West Texas State. The Buffaloes, go Buffaloes.
Is that the place where everybody went?
That's the place that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
A breeding ground of guys whose secondary profession became pro wrestling, and then they nailed it. Like, how much wrestling would be devoid of some of its greatest competitors if football had worked out for any of the guys from West Texas State. Bruiser Brody, the Funk Brothers, Dusty Rhodes, Dick Murdoch, who didn't go to West Texas State, but then played in the alumni games somehow. Because,
hell yeah, dude. I love that shit.
He just liked it. He just wanted to hit somebody.
Dusty Rhodes. Ted DiBiase. Is this the same one? This is the same one, right? Yeah. Good old Stan Hansen. I feel like Mercury Morris, is that a wrestler? No, that's a football player. That's just a football player.
If not, he missed his calling.
That's quite a name. But yeah, it's a lot of people went to this damn what division? It's Division 2, this D2 school in Texas.
Yeah. He was all state before this. I listened to an interview where he talked about he got recruited. And
Tully Blanchard, for the record.
Oh, Tully Blanchard, yeah. And while he was there, he met Bruiser Brody, who was also there playing football and then got kicked out. And their two paths would meet down the road. But like our wrestlers in the early 20th century, whose career trajectory went from Dickensian orphan to circus weirdo to the most famous man in history in about a 4-year period.
And there's a war in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. If you're a wrestler that's born after WW2, the big one, your trajectory is also kind of like regular guy, pretty good at football, finds pro wrestling. Now you're a pro wrestler.
Turns out you're a big fucker immediately into wrestling.
A big fucker who's not quite coordinated enough to play professional football, even in the 70s. So then you become a pro wrestler. So Hansen was doing both. Get you a man who could do both. He was wrestling. He debuted in 1973 while trying to make it as a football player. He played for the Detroit Wheels of the World Football League, which was a league that lasted one and most of 2 seasons. About one and 3/4 seasons. It seems like
bad name for a sports team. We're the Wheels.
Yeah, the Detroit Wheels. Dude. And so after the World Football League disbanded, he became a wrestler full time. And so in 1975, he meets up with Bruiser Brody for the first time while wrestling for the Tri-State Territory. He ends up early on in the WWF at the time. And he only a couple months in gets into a program with Bruno Sammartino, the world heavyweight champion, famed champion for the WWF at the time. Now, what's the one thing you probably figure you don't want to do to Bruno Sammartino whenever you're a new guy in wrestling in the top program?
Probably sandbag for him. Probably a no sell.
You probably don't want to mess up giving him a body slam and break his neck.
That's another one. That's another one. That's probably actually the number one thing is don't break Bruno Sammartino's neck. That's probably
and have you seen Bruno's neck? Man, would you have to mess that? Would you have to mess that body slam up? Unfortunately, for Stan Hansen, he does drop the golden goose at the time right on his head. And Bruno is pretty cool about it. He calls Bruno at the hospital and he's like, "I'm so sorry, man. I guess I'm going to pack my bags. I'll leave the territory." And Bruno's like, No. It's okay. You didn't mean to. You know, it's I'm
not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. I'll probably kill your dog. Body slam is just what Hogan did to Andre, right?
Yeah, I think when he threw him down, he didn't give Bruno enough time to tuck, and so he just landed on his head.
He had to have
Like-
like kind of slipped or something, though. You know what I mean?
So something had to have happened, but they're like, hey, it's wrestling. Guess what? Let's make lemonade out of this. So they make Hansen a brutal, terrible heel. He broke Bruno's neck, and they have a huge rematch when Bruno comes back in a steel cage that drew a ton of people, and it's like a pretty good program, but he doesn't stay long. Like he's kind of a Rolling Stone as a wrestler. He never stays too long, at least in the United States, in various places. So
He's wanted dead or alive, dude. He's a cowboy.
yeah, he's on a steel horse. He's got to go. There's not a lot of time.
He's seen a million faces. He's rocked them all, Dusty.
Yeah.
I broke all their necks.
Yeah. He's but in other true pro wrestling fashion, in 1977 he goes to New Japan for the first time. Vince McMahon Sr. gets him booked, and he has the reputation of breaking Bruno Sammartino's neck. So of course he's riding high going into Japan on that. He becomes the top heel in the company as just the loudmouth cowboy, shit talking tough guy. And he beats Antonio Inoki, which was a huge deal at the time. Yeah, he's one of only two guys to beat Inoki during his 7-year world title reign. Like, and that makes him the
USA, USA, USA. We did it again.
we came back around. Stan Hansen is the the Lariat is the pro wrestling equivalent of the atomic bomb. We brought it back. He just he looks like he's a character from one of the Ray Stevens music videos that we watched growing up.
He looks like the sheriff from Ernest Goes to the Old West.
Yeah, he could be Mongo and Blazing Saddles. Like, he's just, if you needed to tell somebody who didn't know what a cowboy was, what a cowboy looked like, you would describe Stan Hansen.
He looks like Boss Dog.
he's the big hat Texan from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
as a real guy. That's Stan Hansen.
He's got a fucking bullwhip.
Yeah, so he wrestles for New Japan for a few years, and he actually teams up with Hulk Hogan in 1980. For the first what would become the G1 Tag League. It's him and Hogan in Japan was like a totally different character. This is still when Hogan's like the big monster heel, and actually like he worked as a heel and not as a Hollywood Hogan heel. He's a big, strong fucker in Japan who's wrestling strong style. The Hogan Japan stuff is really interesting to go back and watch. So he's not doing the ear. He's not doing the. He's full like heel, big fucker, like roughhouse host.
I dropped the bombs, brother. They were like Hulkster. The plane, the pilot's asleep, and I just happened to be in an island off of Nagasaki that day wrestling.
Yep. And I got into a crouch, brother, and I sprung 500 feet in the air. Took over that flyer.
I didn't make it all the way to the island, but I chucked them shits right on over to the. Killed 100,000 people. They said
this is pre any babyface Hogan. That's really unique to go back and see any of that stuff.
Just like Monster Hogan.
Yeah. So in 81 actually is a huge deal. Abdullah the Butcher jumps from All Japan to Pro Wrestling to New Japan. There's two main wrestling companies in Japan, and Abdullah jumps, and Hansen starts doing the math, because over there Andre was also a heel. Andre the Giant did a ton of tours of Japan where he was a heel, and him and Stan Hansen actually credits Andre with getting him over in Japan because they had a match. That's crazy in Japan, and he he totally body slams Andre, doesn't break his back in half. Stan Hansen built diff than Hulk Hogan, but they had a wild brawl, in New Japan. But Hansen starts doing the math. He's like, okay, if Andre's 1, Abdullah comes over, he's 2. Now I'm 3 on the pecking order of heels in this company. So he jumps to All Japan. He did the old switcheroo.
Okay.
To become one of the top heels there, and he's actually the only person to ever pin Antonio Inoki for New Japan and Giant Baba in championship singles matches, who was the main guy in All Japan. Like
so they put him over pretty wild.
He is. I don't know everything about Japanese wrestling, but at a certain point, he's the most famous gaijin or foreign wrestler ever in Japan. He's like the most over guy.
Do they say gaijin
years.
is like a slur, or do they just like is it meant to be like derogatory?
I don't know. In all of these, I heard an interview where he called himself a gaijin, and then in this Wikipedia they call him that too. I thought it just meant foreign or like. No,
I think you're right. I'm just curious if there's any like if it's said as a pejorative.
I don't think so, but it's I also could be wrong. If it is, I apologize.
No, I think I don't think either way you're fine.
Yeah, so
it's them saying it.
Yeah, in All Japan, he mostly competes in tag matches, and he has like he has a Hall of Fame list of crazy tag team partners. Like he teamed with Bruiser Brody, Terry Gordy, Ted DiBiase, Giant Tenryu, and Big Van Vader, and a bunch of other guys. Like, and he dominates in the tag division. And then odd piece of history, in 1990 he's wrestling for All Japan, and they have a super show called the Wrestling Summit where he wrestles Hulk Hogan in the main event. And now we're talking about ear cupping 24-inch pythons, we drop the bomb ass babyface Hulk Hogan. So it's like the biggest foreign heel who's actually American in Japan taking on Hulk Hogan. He loses, if you wouldn't believe it, to Hogan in that main event.
Even in Japan, Hulk had the stroke.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
And then he won his first Triple Crown championship, which is the main championship in All Japan. In 1990, he beat Terry Gordy. And there's a ton of his wrestling career that I find interesting, but the main two things about Stan Hansen are, I think, one, there's an insane match with him and Big Van Vader in Japan, where famously Hansen said the reason why he wrestled so stiff and he threw his lariat so crazy and all of that is he can't see for shit. He's nearsighted blind, where he's not allowed to legally drive. So he was just like, I just throw the lariat and I have no idea what's happening. He just kicked the shit out of people.
You better run into it, brother.
Yeah. So this match. By the
way, deep butt chin. Deep butt chin.
Oh yeah, he's got a Peter Griffin ass butt chin. And played the cowbell on Don't Fear the Reaper. People don't know that. And for Mountain.
That was actually Chad Smith. So shut up.
And on Mountain, but we're on Mississippi Queen by Mountain. That's also Stan Hansen playing cowbell.
Goddamn, what a riff that is, Mississippi Queen.
So he's gonna wrestle Vader. And in the pre-match, one of Hansen's things is, as soon as he comes out of the curtain, he's like a whirling dervish of a wrestler. Like he's chasing fans, he's throwing shit around, he's whirling around, he's got his cowbell on the end of his bull rope, he's swinging it over his head. Vader loses Hansen in the lights as he's coming up the stairs, and Stan Hansen blasts him in the face with this cowbell and busts his face open and breaks his nose before the match even starts.
You don't do that to Leon, man.
And then in the match, they're wrestling, and of course, if you'll believe this, a little bit stiff.
Yeah.
The old Stan Hansen Vader match. He accidentally pokes Vader in the eye. But he pokes him in the eye.
This fucking blind Texas hillbilly lunatic.
Yeah.
Is just beating the dog shit out of Leon.
With his thumb. And that caused Vader's eye to pop out of the socket. It was such a bad eye poke that it dislodged his eye, and so Vader had to push his eye back into the socket and then closed his eye for the remainder of this match. And you could see in videos or in pictures, Vader's eye is completely swollen shut. In the rest of this match, he's got a huge cut under his eye, and they just kept wrestling, and the match ends in a brawl. Or, well, it doesn't end in a brawl, starts in a brawl, ends in a draw between the two. And then they later had a pretty good rematch too. So it's like you nearly blinded me, you Texas son of a bitch. I got to get back in the ring with you.
Did you hear about the speech competition at the Texas high school?
I didn't.
It ended in a draw.
Aha, there he is.
Huh? I should write for that fucking stupid button.
They both had to try to spell Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire, dude. Good luck, Worcestershire. Yeah. Actually, I bet I could do it. You
feel confident?
No, but I bet I could do it.
yeah. I have the blind confidence of a man who doesn't know any better. In 1990, he briefly wrestles for WCW, which is some hillbilly bullshit, but it's very strange to see Stan Hansen in like WCW in 1990, where it's like him and Sid Vicious and Sting and PN News and all of these dudes all in one spot. He wins the United States title from Lex Luger, ending Luger's reign of 523 days, which was the longest reign with the U.S. title at the time. And Luger is getting the dog shit beat out of him by Hansen in this match. And afterwards, Luger doesn't want to. He's like, I don't want to wrestle this guy anymore. He's like, I don't like it. And Stan Hansen's famous for saying that Lex Luger was all show, no go as a wrestler. So
Luger's like, I don't want to wrestle you ever again. And Stan Hansen's like, bro, I'm blind.
Look.
He thinks it just excuses everything.
Yeah, well, that kind of is the joke. Is that like people are like, man, for being blind, he sure did know how to hit the shit out of you. he's hitting you in the face an awful lot for being a dude that's blind.
He happened to always land on the same part of my forehead. It looks like that's the longest U.S. Title reign in WCW history.
Yeah,
523 days.
I think it might remain even with the WWF version. He leaves.
Oh, does the WCW, is that the same lineal title? The WWF
I believe
US
that
title?
is the same one, or they picked up the lineage. Like they want it to be,
it's
the
like
same.
the NWA one, basically.
Yeah. He ends up leaving WCW after a disagreement where they wanted to make a group of cowboys known as the Desperados, who were supposed to be like comedy cowboys that are like looking for Stan Hansen in a bunch of vignettes. And he was like, no, I don't think so. Which robs us of some truly great wrestling comedy, I feel like. That's selfish of Stan Hansen. I want that.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
but he didn't even see the future well,
No,
like
he couldn't have foreseen how good that would have gone for him.
He was so blind he couldn't see potential.
Yeah. He also wrestled in ECW at the very beginning.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've seen this guy somewhere. Like this isn't my first foray
into the Hansen-verse.
Yes, either we've talked about him in the past or I've seen him wrestle. I think it's more likely that we've talked about him in the past.
Yeah, I don't think we've never covered Halloween Havoc 1990, which is generally considered pretty crummy. But
yeah, I thought you were gonna say the worst. I'm gonna say, you know how many WCW pay-per-views you have said it's considered the worst pay-per-view of all time?
It's in the pretty crummy category, which is still an extensive a long and extensive category of WCW pay-per-view.
There's never been a good Halloween Havoc.
I might refute you.
Which one? 1990 what?
97.
No, for this one.
Oh, 1990.
Hold on, I'm clicking 97 first, and we're gonna go through that card. We got time. Yeah, we got time.
You're gonna.
I mean, it had the match. I understand that.
Yeah, it's got two. It's got two good matches at least.
Yuji Nagata with Sonny Ono wrestling Ultimo Dragon.
Probably pretty good.
Yeah. 9 minutes and 42 seconds. Moving on. Chris Jericho defeated Gato.
Pretty good. Probably pretty good.
7 minutes and 18 seconds. Go fuck yourself. Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Eddie Guerrero. One of the greatest matches of all time. That's a 5-star match. Okay.
Yeah.
Alex Wright with Deborah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. Defeating Steve Mongo McMichael. 6 minutes, 31 seconds.
The show has 2 5-star matches. You
Yeah.
failed to mention.
The next one, okay, I'll give you this next one.
Uh-huh. Says
A
your guy in it,
classic,
doesn't
a
it?
classic
I
WCW
believe
match.
This is Jacqueline versus the Disco Inferno.
This is Jacqueline defeating the Disco Inferno.
Say something about it, Andrew.
Yeah, 9 minutes and 39 seconds. That's 4.25 stars.
That's more than Nagata. That's more than Gato and Jericho and Nagata and Ultimo Dragon.
They had to tell a story, Dusty.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Perfect defeating defeating Ric Flair. Pretty good. By
Yeah,
DQ.
I believe that is all right.
Yeah. It's by DQ. It's some WCW bullshit.
Yeah.
Lex Luger versus Scott Hall with 6. That's with Larry Zbyszko as the special guest referee. No contest.
I
You know
believe
why?
this is where Zbyszko shoots a guillotine choke on 6 in the middle of it and injures 6.
All right. Macho Man Randy Savage defeating DDP. Las Vegas sudden death match.
We've
I
watched
just
that
realized-
match. Pretty good.
I just realized what's next.
Yep. Tell me it's not a good Halloween Havoc, Andrew.
Rowdy
ahead.
Roddy Piper defeating Hollywood Hulk Hogan in a steel cage match in which the best part is Macho Man Randy Savage coming in to try to save his guy and jumping off the top of that cage and blowing the shit out of both of his knees.
And where the ring defeats Randy Savage's knees in 19 minutes and 20 seconds.
Listen, there's good names on this card, but that steel cage match, you might give it 5 stars for Macho
ring
Man flying off the top of the
alone.
cage. That match sucked.
It really does. It's not good.
Macho Man versus DDP, you said that's decent? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Lex Luger versus Scott Hall, fine. Good. Mr. Perfect versus Flair. So maybe I'm not willing to call this a good.
It's got Eddie versus.
It's got Eddie versus Ray, man.
That's
All right.
I
That
mean,
might be the best one ever. Okay.
It's gonna tilt it into this is watchable, certainly.
Yeah, it's worth
you know,
watching for sure. I'll give you that.
Now look up Halloween Havoc 90. You tell me if there's anything on there that would pique your interest. There is one good match. I forgot. There's one good match I remember on that show.
Tim Horner defeating Barry Horowitz. Huh?
Yep.
Rip Rogers defeating Reno Riggins. Quadruple R match, bro. Rip Rogers, Reno Riggins. Tommy Rich and Ricky Morton beating the Midnight Express of Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane with Jim Cornette.
Pretty decent.
20 minutes, 49 seconds on that one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Terry Taylor defeating Bill Irwin. Brad Armstrong defeating JW Storm. The Master Blasters. Dusty, you want to remind us who the Master Blasters are?
I believe is it Master Blaster Steel and Master Blaster the other one?
Blade and Steel.
Yeah, and one of those is Kevin Nash. Master Blaster Steel is Kevin Nash.
Defeated the Southern Boys, which is Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong. Steve is Kevin. Steel is Kevin Nash, and the wrestler named Al Green was Blade.
Yep.
Al
Green.
Yeah. I want to pin you.
We just beat the Southern Boys.
the Fabulous Freebirds of Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin with Little Richard Marley defeated the Renegade Warriors of Chris Youngblood and Mark Youngblood.
Don't let your love for Michael Hayes put rose-colored glasses on this. That match stinks.
I'm sure the match stinks, but the first time that I saw the Freebirds was the Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin Freebirds, and they got into the ring and they did that thing where they point at each other.
Yeah, and Michael Hayes is doing his run down to the ring, his Jack Sparrow run to the to the ring.
Like his hands are wet.
Yeah, and
There wasn't a towel in the bathroom.
Bad Street USA is playing, so I mean that's worth 1 star for sure.
The Steiner brothers defeated the Nasty Boys.
Good match, pretty good match.
Was it?
We've watched that match, but it was years ago.
What, you expect me to remember that?
Yeah. That was weeks ago.
Yeah, we got a dog. We got a good old fashioned dog fight: Junkyard Dog versus Moondog Rex.
Dog on dog, dude.
Dog on dog. Doom. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed with Teddy Long versus Ric Flair and Arn Anderson ended in a good old fashioned double count out. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
I do recall that also being not bad. All right.
And then Stan Hansen defeated Lex Luger to end the longest United States championship of all time.
Lariated the shit out of him.
Do you remember what the main event is?
Yes, I do. Of course I do. It is Sting, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Sid Vicious for in the title match. We're gonna cover Sting 1990 in a bit on the show, so I don't want to go too deep into this, but there's some silly hillbilly horseshit that happens in this match. But Sting ultimately is the victor over Sid Vicious.
So there's definitely like 97 as Ray and Eddie.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some stuff I want to watch on this. You know what I mean?
We got to get Stan Hansen. We got to get you. We'll watch it at some point. Maybe we'll just do a few Stan Hansen matches because they're fun
to I'm down for that.
But, all right, back to my bio real quick.
Yeah,
check out this ECW match back when they were still Eastern Championship Wrestling. So it's not when they were Extreme. They haven't gone full Extreme yet. But at Ultra Clash 93, Stan Hansen and Terry Funk teamed up to wrestle Abdullah the Butcher and Kevin Sullivan. 4 maniacs. Just 4 untethered maniacs. Might as well be Freddy versus Jason versus Leatherface versus Jigsaw, but the puppet, not the actual guy, because that guy's old and has cancer.
Special guest referee Michael Myers.
Yeah, Michael Myers. Would you care to guess the finish to that match?
It's got to be.
How does it end?
Got to be some sort of chaotic DQ situation.
That is a disqualification.
Yeah,
ends in a disqualification.
Somebody steps over that line.
Yeah. Nobody's taking a fall at Ultra Clash 93. Nobody's shoulders going to the mat. The other really famous Stan Hansen thing that I wanted to get to was in the mid 80s he leaves Japan. Not full time, but he would still do tours, but he ends up working for the AWA, which at that point is probably the 3rd wrestling company in the United States behind WWF and the NWA. It's still reasonably popular, run by Vern Gagne, kind of a Midwest, Minnesota, Chicago, those states territory. He becomes their champion. He defeats Rick Martel, who has not yet become a model or blinded Jake the Snake Roberts.
Man, he's got quite a life ahead of him, huh?
Yeah, he's got a whole lot of stuff. He's got to win the World Tag Team Championship with Tito Santana. He's got to lose to Demolition. He's got to turn on Tito Santana and still blind Jake the Snake Roberts.
That son of a bitch. I will never forgive him for doing that.
A full second. Rick Martel is alive. Yeah.
Let's go have a conversation with him.
A full second act still for Rick Martel at this point. They want Hansen to lose the belt to Nick Bockwinkel in about 6 months after he wins it. He wins it in December 85. They want him to lose it in June 1986. But he is on the phone with All Japan, and the All Japan booker Giant Bob is like, yeah, we'd prefer if you didn't lose the title on television because that's going to make you look worse when you come back. So he no-shows the title defense and just goes back to Japan with the AWA title and keeps defending it over there, even though he's not the champ. Like, even though on TV in the U.S. they strip him of the title. He continues to just defend it in Japan.
And he's like, got the belt.
He has the real belt, so they have to give one of the tag team belts to Nick Bockwinkel for television purposes. He just fucked off back to Japan. So the AWA eventually is like, hey man, that is uncool. We need our belt back. And so they threaten legal action.
How are you gonna do this to us, dude?
Yeah, I didn't.
We made you champ.
You know that I'm blind. On the plane ticket, I didn't see it said Japan instead of wherever we were at.
Listen, I'm blind.
I'm really blind. So they threatened to sue Stan Hansen for having the belt and continuing to purport that he is the champion. So Hansen runs the belt over with his truck a bunch of times.
You gonna do this to Vern Gagne, bro?
Yeah, and then mails it back to him with the mud track still on it. So he did mail it back to him. Has to be said.
I guess at least he mailed it back to him.
Yeah, and then later on in his life, at an NWA convention, they go over this turn of events, and on Wikipedia it says he expressed regret over the way he handled the situation, and ultimately complimented Gagne. Sorry, I ran your belt over, Vern.
You gotta understand, Vern. You gotta understand, Vern. I don't know if you know this. I'm blind,
Very blind.
I did not know that I was running over your belt. You can't feel a belt.
Yeah. That's
by the way, I'm looking at Vern Gagne's Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this freaking guy. Look at this guy. Look at this character.
That guy looks like, I know you haven't seen Marty Supreme.
No,
there's a guy. That guy looks like a character from Marty Supreme.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy who's like not an actor, but they let him be in the movie. Yeah. His name's Chris Taylor. Is a huge fucker. He died when he was 28, apparently.
Oh man.
I mean, shocker. He's 6'5". He's like 900 pounds. But anyway.
Good beard on that guy, though.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So Hansen eventually makes his way back to All Japan. He begins another major feud of his career wrestling Misawa, who's one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time. They go back and forth with the Triple Crown championship during that time. After Giant Baba dies, Misawa becomes the booker and starts to kind of de-emphasize Hansen and a lot of the older guys. So Hansen,
I burned bridges for you, you sons of bitches.
I ran over the AWA title for you. So in 2001, he announces his retirement during the Giant Baba Memorial Spectacular event. And since then, he's worked a little bit with All Japan as kind of a commissioner for one of their kind of lesser territories, but then gave that up. He was inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame by Vader, thus proving that even after nearly blinding a guy, you can let bygones be bygones.
Well, good guy Leon, man. We've talked about this.
He had in Pro Wrestling Illustrated, like he was recognized in his time for all of his accomplishments. Like he won Match of the Year against Bruno Sammartino. He was most hated wrestler of the year in 1976, probably for breaking Bruno Sammartino's neck.
I'm guessing I'm guessing that's when the incident happened.
Yeah, he was ranked number 16 of the top 500 singles wrestlers during the quote unquote PWI years in 2003. He was in the top 100 tag teams with Bruiser Brody, Ted DiBiase, Terry Gordy, and Ole Anderson. He went in
Listen, and we've talked about this. We are a pro Terry Gordy podcast.
We are a very pro Terry Gordy.
God damn it, do I miss that guy.
He got inducted in the Texas Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2014. He won Best Brawler Awards in 1985, 1990, and was in the Hall of Fame for the Wrestling Observer in 1996. One of the things I think you would like is he used to have a bit where he would famously on promos talk about how he had a fat, ugly wife and 9 kids at home that he had to feed. And that's why he was so mean and why he would kick the shit out of people. But in reality,
why do you have a fat, ugly wife? I told you I'm blind.
He had 4 kids. He had 2 kids from his first marriage, and then he had 2 more children with his current wife named Yumi. One of his kids played baseball at Baylor and was drafted by the Seattle Mariners. Don't know what his Lariat looks like, but it seems like a pretty
I heard that his 3 grandkids, Zach, Taylor, and Isaac, have quite a band.
yeah. That's
They by the way, that big dude Chris Taylor that I showed you died at 29. He's a freaking Olympic bronze medalist.
He's
Freestyle wrestling.
Being a big fucker, that'll do it for you.
That's pretty wild. He's won 2 NCAA Division I championships. That guy's a fucking super athlete. I made fun of him like he's a piece of garbage.
There's a quote I found where Stan Hansen explains why he's a wrestler. He says, "It sure beats working on 3,500 acres of soybean fields and 275 head of Texas bovine that I got. It would be a damn hard life. I'd be working 20-hour days to support my kids in Emmylou, and I'd come home meaner than a spade cat in heat. Beating people up is the easiest way I know to pocket $5,000 a night." Fucking
goddamn
legendary.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Rules. Just an old mean wrestler. And then I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about the guy who invented the batting cages, right? Like the first guy to think of batting cages.
Oh, Johnny Batting Cage.
Yeah, John C. Batting Cage.
Yeah,
and they were like, this guy also invented the forward pass, and he invented writing down a play in a playbook. And it was like, man, it was easy to invent stuff back then. And it's like, same thing. What was Stan Hansen's character? He's just a mean cowboy who wants to kick the shit out of people. And everybody was like, this guy's the toughest guy in history.
There is no chance that he invented writing down a play in a playbook. You know what I mean?
First guy, dude.
God damn it. You could be so famous so easily back in the day, bro.
That's why
you just had to say shit.
Yeah, you just had to be the first guy to think of the easiest thing to think of. What if we made a backstop that guys could practice hitting in before they actually had to hit? Get this guy a prize. What is he, a scientist?
This guy should be president.
Yeah. But anyway, we still alive. Stan Hansen.
We should put something around the toilet, like to where people can't see you when you're doing this. You know?
Yeah, when you're doing your business. Otherwise, we're just out here doing it.
Yeah.
That's. But we stand a legend. So
yeah.
We stand the Lariat.
We stand a stand. Yeah.
Yeah, we stand a Lariat, Hansen. Also, you know that you're the innovator of a move when your nickname is the move. You know what I mean? Like that's
what the
pretty
fuck
rare.
does Lariat mean anyway?
I don't know. Actually, well, isn't it having to do with with a rope?
A lariat is primarily a cowboy's lasso, a long rope with a noose for catching livestock. All right.
So he would hook him.
Shut up, Dusty.
that's why it's the lariat.
They should have a hog tie match. I'm sure they did that.
We've got the hog pin match for sure.
Did they ever do you got to lasso the guy and fucking hog tie him match?
If it did,
I should be a wrestling booker, dude.
Dude, that's batting cage level, right there. Yeah. If they didn't do that in Southern wrestling, I would be incredibly surprised.
I'll eat my shoe if nobody ever did that. I truly think it had to have happened somewhere where that was the match.
They tarred and feathered Jim Cornette. I'm sure somebody was like, "What if we tie him up?"
It's very funny. Tar and feathering is very funny.
Yeah,
you just cover somebody in sticky stuff and then cover them in feathers.
I feel like the back end of that as a bit is a real pain in the ass, though. Getting the feathers off, that's going to be a huge problem.
I was watching the Ken Burns American Revolution documentary, and in the first episode, I think it was either the first or second, they talked about a loyalist guy who lived in Boston who got tarred and feathered, and it was like That's what everybody knew him as, the guy who got tarred and feathered for like the rest of his life in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a major point of shame for his life, and it like caused him trauma.
Hey, Steve, remember when they turned and feathered? Yes.
Yes, I do. Fuck.
Every time. All right. So the other main thing we wanted to do this evening is the Royal Rumble's coming up. It's not exact. It's the beginning. I believe it's the end of January.
Dusty, can you please say the whole title of this?
I believe it's Royal Rumble 2026 Riyadh Festival.
Yep. Sorry, Royal Rumble Riyadh, bro. Yeah. You don't forget the Riyadh. They paid a lot of money for that.
That's true, and it's apparently never not Riyadh Festival.
Dude,
Riyadh season.
We've talked about this. Riyadh season is the longest season that's ever happened.
Yeah. January 21st or January 31st from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I love the Royal Rumble, man. Talking about things that seem so simple that got invented. Hey, what if we did a reverse battle royal? What if we did a thing where people come in to the ring constantly, and it's a surprise every time, and then guys got to get thrown out over the top because battle royal kind of stinks. But
everybody starts in the ring.
Yeah, Royal Rumble, pretty good.
The first 3 or 4 seconds of a battle royal are cool because it's just the spectacle of everybody just starting to wail on each other at the same time.
Right.
But no, Royal Rumble is a much better way to do it. Whose idea was that?
That's Pat Patterson.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Which
he's not blind.
They might have done it. He might have got it from like San Francisco wrestling. Roy Shire.
He got more than one thing from San Francisco. You know what I mean?
But I believe it's at least he's the one credited with bringing it to the WWF. Of course, originally the Royal Rumble was created out of spite. So it was a television special that first aired in 1988 to counter program against the NWA's pay-per-view Bunkhouse Stampede. So like all great things in life, created out of spite.
Dude, there are very few times in my life where I've heard the word bunkhouse, and like 99 out of 100 of them have been in a wrestling wrestling adjacent. Like I got my ex-girlfriend, her family had a cabin, and they had a little house with bunk beds. They call it the bunkhouse. The only other time in my life in non-wrestling terms I've ever heard the term bunkhouse.
That's really funny. And you were like, is Dusty Rhodes in there? Am I gonna have to wrestle Dusty Rhodes to be able to get a bed tonight?
Is Buck in?
Yeah. All right. So I found some Royal Rumble facts. I just want to go through a few of these because they're kind of they're funny. They're sort of, some of them are interesting to me. The guy with the most appearances in a Royal Rumble has done it as 3 separate characters. Do you want to take a guess?
For the first thing I'll ask, is there any chance I get this?
It is possible.
Like, do I know the guy?
Yeah, and we've seen all 3 iterations of this character, of these guys. This guy's 3 characters.
Fuck.
We taught he
okay.
He was very briefly involved in our deep dive last week. He is a tertiary character.
Okay, so last week we did Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Think about the Royal Rumble, that clip that we watched.
Oh, the Royal. Oh, well, the clip.
Yeah.
Never mind, because I was gonna say Jerry Lawler, but it's not. Oh, who was it that he was in the ring with at the very beginning that he eliminated? Hold on. It came and went, Dusty. It wasn't the. Was it the Road Dogg?
It wasn't the Road Dogg, but you're on the right track. Think about the end of the match.
Oh,
Stone Cold gets thrown out.
Stone Cold gets thrown out, and then he comes back in. I can't remember who's still in at that time. Who are we talking about?
Well, of course, Steve Austin throws out the Undertaker and Vader, and while that's happening, on the other side, Bret Hart is throwing out Fake Diesel. Also
God
known.
damn it! It's fucking Kane. It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane. Fake Diesel, justice for Fake Diesel. He should have been in the final four of
So
1997.
he was in it as Fake Diesel.
Yeah.
He was in it as Kane, and he was in it as the fucking dentist.
Dr. Isaac Yankum DDS. lest we forget. Kane.
I always forgot what his name is.
Kane, 18 appearances. Isaac Yankum, 1 appearance. Fake Diesel, 1 appearance. He got screwed. He had to leave.
I was like, if Fake Diesel was in it twice, Isaac Yankum's gonna be pissed.
Second most with 16 appearances each, Kofi Kingston and The Miz. 0 memory of either of those guys in the Royal Rumble, even though for years Kofi Kingston's thing was, I'm not quite eliminated. Completely out
I was
of my
gonna say
brain.
there's the memory. It's like Kofi almost like I don't know. Like I want to be cynical about that because like every year it's like, oh wow, he's so athletic, like that type of thing. But like at least he had something. Like wrestling's all about having something, and like how many guys in those 16 years entered and like unceremoniously left the Royal Rumble? Like
Right.
at least Kofi had a bit, you know?
Yeah,
but
I don't want to take it away from him. I do not remember. I would not have remembered that was the case.
I wish The Miz wasn't just a novelty act now, you know?
Yeah, he's just television's The Miz.
They gotta push him. They gotta do one more Miz run, bro. Just give him like give him like a. I think the crowd would start cheering him if he turned it down a little bit and he wasn't just the annoying guy that would pop up because they wanted Snoop Dogg to leg drop somebody. Like if they just let The Miz do like one more, he doesn't even have to win, just like one more IC title like push, like one more program or the US title or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love The Miz. What's his finisher?
The skull crushing finale.
Hell yeah, of course it is. Dude.
Of course it is. All right, the most eliminations in the history of the Royal Rumble also belongs to Glenn Jacobs. He's eliminated the most guys.
That's not surprising because he's been in the most and he's huge.
Yeah, he's eliminated 45 guys as Kane. Do you want to guess how many guys he's eliminated as Isaac Yankum?
0.
1.
He got somebody.
1 is funnier than 0.
I know. I wonder who it was.
1 is better than 0.
Do you know what year he was Isaac Yankum?
It would have to have been 1996. That's the only year he could have been Isaac Yankum. Shit, I saw...
He was Isaac Yankum in 96? It was that late?
Yeah. He was from 95 to 96, and then he was Fake Diesel, and then he was Kane. All within from 95 to 97. What a whiplash for old Glenn Jacobs.
And then he was fucking white hot. The big
dude, I was in person for the one Isaac Yankum elimination. I don't know what it was, but
I can tell you who it is, Dusty.
Okay. Do you have a hint that you can give me?
Huh?
Okay, do you have a hint that you can give me? Do you know this guy?
I know of him because we have mentioned him on the podcast before.
Okay.
If he is the guy who I think he is, not a good guy.
Okay. Does he have is his gimmick that of a workman? Some kind of workman?
Well, he happens to be, he's a dumpster, Dusty.
Yeah. Trash man.
Yeah.
Trash man.
He's trash man.
Yeah. So he eliminated Duke Drosy from the from the Royal Rumble.
He eliminated Duke Drosy, so well deserved.
Yeah. On this list, for some reason, it has The Undertaker second, but then next to it, Shawn Michaels. The Undertaker has 40 eliminations. Shawn Michaels 39 recognized eliminations. I have no idea what that means. There's an unrecognized one.
Well, I wonder if it's like one of the bullshit ones where like the guy went under the rope or like
yeah. It's interesting. I don't know.
You look into that next week. Let us know why.
I thought this was really funny. This might be, if I can find it, this might be the one that we watch. The guy with the fewest eliminations to win a Royal Rumble. it's tied. It's Randy Orton with 1, which I don't remember. Makes sense, I think. Number 2, Vince McMahon.
I was gonna say it
Yeah.
has to be Vince McMahon, isn't it?
Vince McMahon eliminated Steve Austin in the Royal Rumble, and that's how he won.
That's what year is that Royal Rumble?
That's 1999, and man, is it
Dude.
1999.
Oh man,
I watched that one live, where I got to see Mick Foley get his brains beat out by The Rock, and then I got to see Vince McMahon win the Royal Rumble. All right.
It's so funny that Vince won the Royal Rumble.
I mean, it's for the storyline at the time, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's, for Vince to win. All right, there's a few, like, on this article I found, there's a few tropes about the Royal Rumble that I think are interesting. I want to see what do you think of the tropes? 1, a quick elimination. A competitor is eliminated within 10 seconds of entering the ring.
Always funny, in my opinion.
It has to be, to me, it has to be something that happens that's funny. Guy's overconfident when he's coming in. Guy gets in the ring, immediately gets pushed out, or what we love, Jerry Lawler situation.
Jerry Lawler's the one of the greatest performances in the history of the Royal Rumble. But I think it's always funny. You don't want to do it, or it could be shocking. Like you could. I'm not sure if they've ever done this, because it's not the best way to send people who bought tickets home happy. But you have like the big guy who's supposed to be in like one of the favorites to win the Royal Rumble, and he just like makes a mistake immediately and gets eliminated.
Yeah, that's they didn't do that exactly, but the year that Daniel Bryan ended up main eventing WrestleMania, everybody wanted him to win the Royal Rumble, and he got eliminated like in the middle of it. He didn't even make it to the end, and like the crowd completely turned on that Royal Rumble. They booed Rey Mysterio, and which was
you don't
Rey's,
boo Ray.
Yeah, it's not Rey's fault. And then that's the one where Roman Reigns won, and The Rock came out to help him, and everyone booed The Rock and Roman Reigns. Very funny.
Is that Rousey too? No, that was a different one. That was when Rousey came out against Triple H.
Yeah. Comic relief segment. Something happens that is intended solely for comedic value. Drew Carey's interaction with Kane in 2001, or Ernest the Cat Miller's "Somebody Call My Mama" segment in 2004.
Somebody call my mama.
Drew Carey's is, of course, he gets put in the Royal Rumble because he's pissing Vince off the whole day. He's asking Vince a bunch of questions about pay-per-view, and so Vince is like, "Why don't you get in the Royal Rumble? It'd really help your pay-per-view that's coming up next week," whatever improv thing Drew was hawking. And he gets in the ring when nobody's in. 2 guys were in and they eliminated each other, and then he comes into the ring and it's empty, and he's kind of walking around like the cock of the walk, and then Kane is the next guy in, and he tries to bribe Kane, and Kane doesn't take the money, and then Drew Carey eliminates himself. But pretty funny. It's a wrestling funny,
good.
But pretty good.
I always talk about, was it Heath Slater that just kept getting beat up? He never made it to the ring. Is that who it was? That
is attacked before entrance. Another trope. Someone gets attacked before. And can't make it to the ring. Oftentimes the person will return later to eliminate said person when they come out, which is one version of it. But the other version is the guy crawls on his hands and knees like a man through the desert, finally gets in the ring, immediately thrown out. Pretty good.
The next 5 or 6 guys after him beat the shit out of him on the way to the ring.
Yeah.
He just keeps getting beat up, and then he finally gets in, and he's automatically facing the doo-doo right out. That's my favorite. We've
got nostalgia competitor as a trope, of course, like a past wrestler or like a Hall of Fame wrestler makes an appearance in the Royal Rumble for a pop. Honky Tonk Man comes to mind as a guy who was in a bunch of Royal Rumbles, just doing bits.
Was it the Royal Rumble where Edge returned?
It was the Royal Rumble where Edge returned.
That's one of my favorite surprise return moments in I've ever seen. Like the look on his face when he's looking at the crowd and the smoke settles around him and stuff.
And
if,
then
if anybody listening hasn't seen that, watch that.
And then they missed his him coming in and spearing everybody because they were caught on the fan reactions, and he's like in there nailing his finisher, and nobody can see it.
And
then,
been able to move his neck in 15 years.
Yeah, he had to wait for all the spinal fluid to rebuild for him to come back. And then a couple of my favorites, I like when two tag team partners. Not that there's tag team wrestling anymore in WWE, but back in the day, there would be two tag team wrestlers that would be the two guys to either start, or it'd be like one of them's in the ring, they throw a guy out, and then the next guy in the ring's their partner. That was always fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then I like they call it the Diesel spot now, but it's basically like a guy who's not going to win the Royal Rumble, but who they have plans for comes in and gets like a bunch of eliminations.
Yeah. I have an idea for who that will be, and I don't think I'm really breaking new ground with my idea.
And throw a lot of guys out. So I love the Royal Rumble. Kane is the guy who's been in it the most, but also as a fake Diesel, and Isaac Yankem really made me laugh, so I wanted to go through that.
You want me to tell you a trope I don't like?
Oh yes, hit me with a trope you don't like.
This kind of works for Nia Jax, but not. I don't think this works for any men. It takes more than one guy to lift somebody out of this ring.
Oh, when it's like 15 guys have to team up to get a guy out.
Yeah, I think it's dumb because you know what? That guy wrestles singles matches.
Right, and he gets slammed. It worked for like Andre. Like when it's Andre, you could buy it would take a few guys to get Andre
to an extent, yeah. But even then, it's like two guys, one on each leg. These are human, like big fuckers, you know.
You get a fulcrum going. You can, how'd they build the pyramids?
Yeah, if you need more than if you get a fulcrum, if you have like Omos, if you got more than one guy trying to get Omos out of here, I feel like your stable is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it's and it's unless it's a bunch of the cruiserweight guys, and then suddenly it's like Otis.
Yeah,
he can't. Otis has a low center of gravity. He's going to be tough to eliminate. That used to be like one of the premier spots of the Royal Rumble. I also don't like,
and like I said, it kind of works with Nia because she's so big and it's girls. And I'm not just being a jerk by saying that. I think it's more believable on the women's side.
The other trope I don't really like is whenever a guy is trying to get another guy out, and then somebody walks over and starts punching the guy that's trying to get a guy out. Like, we need to eliminate these dudes.
Why don't you just let that guy out?
Yeah, why don't you help that guy? If anything, every man for himself. And then there's the
unavoidables. There's you're gonna have some guys waiting around every once in a while.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some things where like two guys are fighting on the side, and somebody could easily just walk up and flip both of their asses right over the rope, and it's not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
But that's unavoidable.
But those two guys are Cody Rhodes and Gunther, and neither one of those guys is going out yet.
I'll be fired if I get both of those guys out of here.
Yeah. We wanted to do some quick Royal Rumble winner predictions. So I think we each picked 5 guys. Is that what we're thinking?
Well, I was thinking draft way, but I can definitely put together my 5 guys if you want to do it that way.
Whatever way you want to do it. Well, we could draft, or we can just have a list.
Let's do a real quick back and forth. We draft like how many? 3 to 5 guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I think 3 is probably fine. The other thing with the Royal Rumble is like, since the winner gets a title match, it really does eliminate about 95% of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, last year they gave it to Jey Uso, which I don't think a lot of people saw coming, which was good in the Royal Rumble, and they were trying to make a guy, and I encouraged that to happen. Didn't actually pan out the way they want, but like generally, again, not to use the same guy, but like, well, okay, I'll use a different guy. Like Tozawa is not going to win the Royal Rumble. He's in it, but he's not. There's 0 chance he's going to win. So
one of the Wyatt 6 is not going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Joe Hendry, unfortunately, not a guy who's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Would be sick.
Yeah. All right, so I'll start.
You go first.
I think there's a chance that Brock wins. I think there's a chance they have Lesnar as the guy to win the Rumble, because the champions currently, I don't know that it remains this way, but the champions are CM Punk on the Raw side and Drew McIntyre on the SmackDown side. And I think you need a big match for Brock. And Brock versus Punk is a pretty big match, especially since they're doing WrestleMania. Where is WrestleMania this year?
Riyadh.
Yeah, since they're doing it in
No,
Riyadh.
it's in Vegas again.
Oh, that's right. This one's in Vegas, and then
they're running Vegas back.
Yeah, you need a big match. You got to fill that arena for 2 nights. Brock versus Punk isn't worn out. That's a pretty big match. So I could see.
God damn it! I wish it was against somebody else. Has Brock wrestled Gunther yet?
No, he hasn't wrestled Gunther yet.
God damn it, Dusty! What the hell are we doing putting him with Phil?
Yeah,
make it believable. You know.
Hey, look, Phil fought in the UFC, dude.
Yeah, dude. We saw it.
I've seen it.
Fought Mike Jackson. Have you seen what Mickey Gall's been up to lately?
Yeah, and Brock fought Shane Carwin.
Do you know? Yeah, and beat him. And he made Shane Carwin turtle. You know what I mean? So I know the odds.
Yeah.
Do you know the odds?
I saw some odds, but they were posted a while ago. At least the ones I saw.
My odds were posted fucking December 23rd. I'm glad you told me that. Well, then I've got no idea, Dusty. I'm gonna go with, you know what? I'm gonna go number 1 overall pick, a guy who I would love to see win the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn.
Zayn was on my list too, and I think there's a possibility because if McIntyre stays the champion on the SmackDown side, this could be the Sami Zayn wins the world title, like big moment, you know, which I predicted in our prediction show.
Yeah,
for 2026.
You know, I'm okay with McIntyre facing the doo-doo. You know, so
even though he's been doing great work, and you don't want to give it to him, but he has been doing great work.
No. He's got a sword.
No, he doesn't have a sword anymore. He's a snarky guy now. I like it.
I like snarky.
Yeah.
I already like him more.
he posted that picture of Cody Rhodes at John Cena's retirement where Cody's crying and the caption said, "Is the camera on me?" Okay, good. Which really made me laugh. All right. I don't think this guy is outside the realm of possibility. Again, this is an opponent for Phil. I don't know that he's ready yet, but Braun Breaker. I could see Breaker winning the Royal Rumble. Or, and I don't know if I'm stepping on your toes here, I could see Brock.
You can't get dude. What, you're pissing on 2 guys right now?
No.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I was gonna say I could see Breaker getting the throws a bunch of guys out spot.
Oh yeah.
So, but I
got another guy.
Okay,
I got another guy for the throws a bunch of guys out award. So we can both pick one guy for the throws a bunch of guys out.
Yeah,
and whoever's guy throws more guys out wins. That one.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
let's do that.
I'm gonna go. The only reason I'm doing this, Dusty, and this is I don't even know if I want to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. He's been the favorite on everything that I've seen. Do you know who the favorite is to win the Royal Rumble right now?
I do know.
It's goddamn Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they got to fill that stadium, dog. But I don't know that Roman versus either Punk or definitely not against McIntyre fills that arena unless they take the belt off of McIntyre between now and WrestleMania.
I don't think anybody versus McIntyre fills that stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, Punk and McIntyre have a little bit of juice, right?
Yeah.
From a little bit far back. But maybe McIntyre's doing amazing work and I'm wrong, but I always felt like his ceiling is like 8.
Yeah. Cause I thought it was supposed to be, or at least the rumors were, Cody and Roman part 3. Which is not necessarily a match that I'm super interested in unless they turn Cody Rhodes heel. But
they can't do this, bro.
They can do it, dude. People are going to pay that money.
If they do a double turn, that's at least a little interesting.
They're doing something. But that, and so in that case, maybe that match doesn't need the belt. But like without the belt involved, I don't know that that's the main event unless you really have an interesting story to tell. So third, I'm gonna take who do I? Yeah, I'm gonna take Dominic. I'm going Dominic Mysterio as a underdog heel guy to win it, and then it's him versus Phil, and they do some kind of angle to heat it up. And I believe in Dominic Mysterio, but I don't know if he could be a main eventer at WrestleMania at this point. But they had Jey Uso main event. Well, Jey Uso won the belt; he didn't main event the show, but you know. I
Dude,
think
how the mighty have fallen. Finn Balor has the same odds as El Grande Americano to win the Royal Rumble.
And that's like 3 guys. El Grande Americano is going to have
a
lot of bites at that apple. So, you got anybody else that you like?
I got to pick somebody, man. You've got Brock and
I've got Brock, Breaker, and Mysterio.
I've got Roman and Sami Zayn. Screw it, man. I don't know. I don't necessarily think this is time for him. Logan Paul.
Okay. They hate him. He's a great heel.
He's a great heel. He can, but okay. What are our babyface options for champs right now?
On the babyface
Punk,
side, I guess. Well, Punk's the champ, so
I know, but like Paul Logan would wrestle CM Punk, right?
Yes, right now, unless something changes. If Cody wins the belt back, that opens it back up. But at this point, it's McIntyre's gonna face a babyface, and Punk's gonna face a heel, probably.
Listen, what's interesting is Chris Jericho is 40-1.
I was gonna say I had a little category for do we think there'll be any surprises, and he's the worst kept secret. If if it's a surprise, it'll still be cool.
He's got the same exact odds. You're gonna find this interesting, Dusty.
Okay.
Chris Jericho has the same exact odds as 2 of your picks.
Yeah.
He has the same odds as Brock Lesnar and the same odds as Dominic Mysterio.
I don't disagree. Where's Jacob Fatu on that list? Did they?
He's at plus 1,600. He's at much better odds than Lesnar, Mysterio, and Jericho. It's just because he's hurt. They don't know if he's coming back or not.
Oh, he did come back. He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's he made Cody look like an idiot on SmackDown. That's why Drew McIntyre won the title. But I don't think that Jacob Fatu is going to win the Royal Rumble this year. He's my runner-up guy to a guy who throws a lot of guys out, but I'll stick with Braun Breaker.
My guy who throws a lot of guys out is Uba Femi.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Uba Femi as a surprise too. So because he relinquished the NXT title, but I don't think he's been officially called up. So like there's a good chance that he's like kind of a surprise entrant. I don't think we're gonna get very many surprise entrants because you have to fly all the way to Saudi Arabia to be a surprise entrance of the Royal Rumble this year. So I think it's like Jericho is probably a lock, and then a couple of the NXT guys are probably locks. And I was hoping for somebody fun, like I was hoping maybe Rob Van Dam gets to get a spot in the Rumble. That would be fun.
We never talked about on the podcast when during one of my favorite parts of the last Cena match was when he goes ringside and shakes everybody's hand and it's like legend Elias.
Yeah. I didn't know that him and Elias were such good friends. That's an interesting.
Well, he kind of like blew Elias off. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude!" Like,
you still work here?
Yeah, it's very funny.
That is really funny. Hey, Elias was a hot property for a minute. I also
What's up, Rob Van Dam? What's up, Ming Elias?
Well, Ming is also weird because Ming doesn't have any personal relationship with John Cena that I'm aware of.
He's a Hall of Famer, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, Ming's great, but it's like, oh, it's Van Dam. Oh shit, there's the Miz. Oh shit, it's Ming is here. I don't think of Ming as a guy that's anywhere but a wrestling ring. I don't think about him going to the movies. I don't think about him going to a restaurant. I don't think of him at an AutoZone. He's just a guy who's a wrestler. Like, it's very funny to imagine Ming in a non-wrestling context.
Yeah, but if you're shaking hands and Haku's standing there, you're shaking Haku's hand.
That's true, yeah.
He'll fucking kill you.
I'm at Lowe's and I'm like, fuck, is that Haku? Hold on a second.
Excuse me, sir. I need to shake your hand just in case you're Haku.
Yeah. Look, if you're not Haku, it's fine. But I just want it to be known I'm reverent to Haku. Maybe you can tell him since you guys look so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, for the women's rumble, let's say Mo.
I think maybe Bianca Belair comes back. She's been hurt, so if she came back, I think she can win. Rhea Ripley is always in there as a person who could win. Tiffany Stratton's coming back. She was injured. I think she could win it. Liv Morgan, I think, is the odds favorite to win it, based on the odds that I saw. And then last, of course, because I'm a fan, Chelsea Green. I think Chelsea Green would be a great Royal Rumble winner. And I wish that they didn't spoil on their stupid Unreal show the really good idea they had about the Royal Rumble that they didn't do because they're cowards. It was the Women's Rumble. 2 people are in the ring. There's 2 people left. There's 1 entrant left. Number 30 is still supposed to come out, but it's between the time when number 29 and number 30 are supposed to come out. There's 2 other women in the ring. Those 2 are fighting, accidentally eliminate themselves, or through some whatever. Both of them get eliminated, so the ring is empty.
And they're waiting for it to reveal who won the Royal Rumble.
Chelsea Green's music hits, and she wins the Royal Rumble without having to do anything, as like the chicken shit heel.
How do you know they didn't do that?
Because they didn't do it. They
wouldn't have put it. They wouldn't have put it on there.
They wouldn't have put it in the show. Well, because it was for last year's Royal Rumble.
I think that is a great idea.
That's a really good idea.
It's like one of my favorite ideas ever.
Yeah, actually. And they were like, "Well, that seems kind of anticlimactic." And no, it's never been done. That's so funny, and that's such a good thing for a heel like her who can really
to walk around gloating that she won the Royal Rumble and she bested 29 other wrestlers
and to like fire up the babyface who should have won, and then the crowd is mad that Rhea Ripley got eliminated before.
Now I'm actually pissed off even more because the fact that they put that on Unreal probably means they're never gonna do it.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it, and that sucks because that's such a good idea. That's and that's so funny. But yeah, I'd like hopefully they do it. And hopefully it's Chelsea Green again. But that person was pitching Chelsea Green to win the Royal Rumble and be in the main event with that as the way that she won, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
Now I'm rooting for your guy though. I'm rooting for Sami Zayn to win because I really want him to win the world title. I wish that I had Zayn, but I had to pick.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, I had to pick Lesnar first.
You had the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What an idiot I am. I picked. Well, that doesn't really track. I was going to say I picked Sam Bowie instead of Michael Jordan, but the number 1 pick in that draft was Akeem Olajuwon, which is a pretty good pick still.
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a guy. He did a thing. All right, that's it. Thank you everybody who listened. We're trying to get you out of here earlier than normal. We'll be back next week with another deep dive. I'm very excited. I think we're going to watch a Royal Rumble just for the fun of it. And until then, remember, Stan Hansen, blind.
I'm blind.
Officer, I'm blind. I couldn't see that.